Alright, yeah, we're going to work on a little 5S Briggs here again, and yeah, before we start anything, we say we check the coil, and whoa, we almost lost the whole thing there, and the condenser here, condenser, capacitor, whatever you want to call it, and we'll check them before we get started. Let me find you a tripod. Alright, you guys alright up there? Let me zoom yours in a little bit. Alright, let me grab a meter. There we go. I'll try and stay out of your way. You guys try and stay out of my way, okay? Alright, let's see. I'm going to set this up so you can see. See how that is. Oh, that's pretty good, huh? You can see that, right? Go back a little bit. Is that a little better? I think so. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to set this on ohms. That's the little horseshoe. And these old coils, they say that they should be between 2,500 ohms and 5,000. And all the ones I ever checked were around 36, 37, which is always good. So let's see. Alright. Normally when you check a coil, you check, you put the one on the base here, you know, the frame. But these older ones have a little wire that grounds out. So if you go to the frame and that wire ain't touching, you're not going to get anything. Let me turn you around so I can see this. Let me see. Is that okay? I don't know if you see what I was talking about, but this little wire here. So what I like to do is, you know, sometimes when you touch it, and this here is the spark plug. This is where the spark plug goes. There's a little thing, this little tab coming out here. But the spark plug wire isn't on right now. So instead of leaving this flopping around like this and taking a reading, sometimes, you know, you don't get a good reading, you know, especially with these automatic ones. You see the thing floats all around. So I like to press it down against the frame just to get a good reading. And then try that. And there you go. 3.76, which is 3,750. 3,700. So that's good. Alright, if you don't have this here's I wouldn't call it an expensive meter, but it's a better one. If you have a cheap Harbor Freight one or something like that, you put it on 20,000 ohm. So, it looks like we got a good coil. I probably should have checked it before I cleaned it, huh? Alright, now here's our condenser. Let's check this out. Where you guys at, man? You got way over here. Alright, for that. Probably whether you use that meter or not, but I have a special meter for that, and this should be 22 microfarads is standard. So I'll put this on 20 microfarads. I guess I'm gonna have to keep holding that up for you. But one good thing, we got alligator clips here, so it's on 20 microfarads, and we'll just ground it out here against the frame, if that's what you want to call it. Just jumped off. Hold on. Just jumped off. Let me stick it through the little hole. That's better. Ain't going nowhere now. And then put that on the thing, and you got 0.23, 0.22, 0.23, which is acceptable. I think they, I don't know, 10,000th up or down. I don't know, but we're pretty much dead nuts on. So. There you go. It keeps going to 22, so that's what it should be, 0.22. Alright, so we got a good condenser. Good condenser and good coil. So let's start throwing this thing together. You know what? On this coil here, I've always been told it should be between 2,500 and 3,000, or 2,500 and 5,000. but I've never seen any charts on it or anything in a manual. So if somebody out there has a link to a chart or a manual that actually tells you what the range should be, let me know. This is like an old 40s, 50s coil. They call it a 3-legger. You know, it's different than the newer ones. I think the newer ones are even higher. But don't tell me what it should be. Find me a chart, because then I'm just contradicting what somebody else tells me. But I'd like to see it in print, so I know for sure. So somebody get on that. All right, enough jabbing. Let's move on here. I guess I should have mentioned this here meter is specifically for checking condensers or capacitors. It's good to have, and they're cheap too. You know, I think this was like 13 bucks or something. But I'll put a link in the description here for you. It's good to have, because everything we use, it uses capacitors. You know, motors and, you know, engines and all kinds of stuff. Fans. All right. Yeah, we set these up over here. I think got a little better light. So there's a sequence you put this in, because you got a wire here. This little red wire goes behind a few things, and I probably should have put this together before I put the plate on, but we'll be okay. This one goes up here. Just gonna stick that there for now. Missed it by a mile. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna let the cameras roll, so whatever happens, happens, right? Heck. Oh, it's there. It's in there. Where's my zip gun? Burger King don't use a zip gun. Babies are long. Okay, for now, I'm gonna push this way up top here just to keep it out of the way. I'm not gonna crank down on it because we're gonna have to loosen it later on. But the reason you put that on first is because you put the points on here, and it actually covers that wire. So let's put that on. I don't know if you can see it, but we've got a little titty right here, and that goes right here, that little hole there. That way these guys can move up and down. So it actually holds that wire in place. You know what? Before I even do that, let me get a screwdriver here. Make it easy on myself. I'm going to have to loosen this later, but that wire goes in there, and it is a little tricky because you got to bend here. Here we go. Where we at? Alright. And then you just take a screw here. Okay, make sure it stays in the titty there. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to tighten anything down now. or yet. Okay, goes on next. Your points. See, now your points go on this side here. So we're going to loosen that up a little bit. Shove that in. Alright. Now this goes over here. I don't know if you can see it, two little titties over here too. You tilt yours down right here. And you gotta take your screw out first. I put that screw in there so I wouldn't lose it. Whoop, I almost lost it just then. And then this goes there. And the screw goes back. You guys still with me? You can crank down on this because it has no adjustment. Okay. Alright, yeah, you could have done all this while this plate was off, but for some reason I didn't. Okay, you want to make sure all these wires are out of the way of stuff. Alright, now these. You can tighten this up here. We don't have to get goofy. And, oh, you know what? Oh well. Remember I told you it was a sequence? It's okay, we can get past it. But this plunger, we should have put this plunger in first. But luckily, this here can pull out of the way. And then this plunger will go right in here. Okay. We got away with that, no problem. Alright, so that's all in now. Now all we got to do is adjust the points. What you want to do there is you want to find the high spot on the cam there. I'm going to tip these down here. You might not be able to see it. Oh, tough to grab. Alright, I'm gonna find the high point because like I say it's tough to grab. It may take me a little bit, and then I'll get back to you. Alright. Yeah, I turned that to a high point there. I had trouble turning. I had to put the nut on there and a wrench, you know, because it was so tiny and slippery. But anyway, I turned it to a high point and we set it for 20 thousandths there. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not, because I can barely see it. But we set that for 20 thousandths. And that seems pretty good. And before we button that up, we're going to check it. So I'm going to zoom these in here and you can help me check it. I don't want to go too fast. I don't want to zoom in too fast because then you blur out on me. Alright, you should be able to see that gap by now. Alright, yeah, keep your eyes on that right there and you'll see it. Oh, I hope I don't put this wrench where it shouldn't be long. Yep, it's going to be in the wrong place. Okay. There you go, they're closed, then they're open. Close and open, so they're working good. So we can button that up. Bring this back a little bit so you can see what's going on here. Put the cover on and what to do with them screws. I made sure everything was tight in there. There's only 3 screws in there. We're done in there. I guess next thing is we can put the, forget this is a reverse thread. Guess we can put the flywheel on. I'm going to shut these down because I'm going to have to go get my my gauge. Put the flywheel on and then put my gauge on there. Alright, let's put the flywheel on. Gotta put your key in. You can put your key in now, or you can put it in after the flywheel's on here. And it doesn't matter. Whatever you feel. Whatever you feel like. There we go. Went on like it had eyes. Alright, then you put your washer on. I don't know if you can see this washer, but it's concave, convex, whichever way you look at it. But anyway, the bump goes towards the outside here. That way when the nut pushes in on it, it acts like a lock washer. And even the nut, there's a front and a back to the nut. I don't know if you can see it, but the ends are rounded off here. That's the outside, and then the inside, they're nice and crisp and square. Well, that's a nice nut, huh? It's never been beat on or twisted or anything with that. Yeah, I'm sure this thing didn't. Don't forget, this is a reverse thread. You could be here all day if you forget that. I'm trying to get that nut on. Okay. Let me set it up here for a second. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. You're probably not going to be able to see that. Once I drag it back here. There we go. Yeah, these don't have to be all that tight. It's nice to have somebody to hold this flywheel for you. Alright, that's pretty good. It's pretty tight there. Alright, we're moving up and down too. I can hear it in here. Ooh, got a shock. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's spinning nice. Okay. Alright, now let me see. Well, you know what? Let's adjust that air gap. Try to put you where you are at. There you go. Can you see that? Alright. Alright, now to adjust that air gap. Let me see if I can get you a better angle. Let me shut you off for a second. Alright, how's that? I'm going to adjust the air gap now. I use an actual gauge. This gauge here is about 60 years old, maybe 70 years old. It was passed down from my dad. Matter of fact, it's so old it's getting brittle on the edge. I got to be very careful with it. It's got sentimental value. Anyway, I think the gap is supposed to be 10 to 12 thousandths, and this just happens to be 10 thousandths. I know a lot of guys, you know, they use matchboxes and business cards and everything. And any matchbox or business card I always Mike, they were always 30 thousandths. So, you know, you could buy these. You know, I mean, they're like a quarter or 75 cents or something. You know, these are just the comps. There's a 30 thousand. Here's a 12 thousand, which is the same as that, and that's what that one should be. Here's 7 thousandths. You know, I mean, if you're gonna do it, there's a spec for a reason. You know, this is pretty much the timing of the engine, and I prefer to do this. You know, it's like the points. You can look at the points and set the points, but you know, they say 20 thousandths, so you do that. Same with a spark plug. What is it, 35 thousandths or something? But anyway, you first of all you turn the magneto. I mean, it's going to work. I mean, you could leave it like that and it'll work. You know, but you're going through this much trouble. Why not do it right? Okay, you line it up with the magnets here, and then you stick your gauge in, and then you get your 1/4-inch nut driver here. I'm trying to stay out of your way, and loosen all these things, and in there, like magic, it clamps down. Now you just tighten it up. You don't have to get crazy. There we go. And then you gently spin this out, because that's a family heirloom there. You don't want to damage it any further than it is. Alright. So you're gonna do these. I mean, if you're gonna do it once in a lifetime, then use your matchbook or whatever. But if you're gonna do it on a daily basis, get yourself some real gauges. All right, what's next? I think we'll put the plug wire on. And let me go find that. All right, I found a plug wire. Here it is. It's still in good shape. You know, there's no cracks or anything in it, and the tip is nice. It's stiff as a board, though. You know what I mean? It's like a piece of metal. But anyway, let me walk around this other side here and make it easy on myself. All right, if I recall, it went in this little hole here, and then come around here. All right, I see a lot of guys solder this shit. You're not supposed to solder this, because you know all that heat will get inside and melt the enamel and screw up your whole coil. Out of the factory, this is just twisted on here. Bend it on as much as you can, and then just give it a good tight squeeze there, and you're good. Alright, and then this goes up here. Alright, well, I was looking for that. I found me a nice spark plug. It's a, I don't know how vintage it is. Has a thumb screw on the top, but that doesn't really mean anything. That could have been put on any time. But anyway, it's a Champion J8, and I think we'll clean this up and use it. But while we're talking spark plugs, you guys got time for a funny little story? Alright. Yeah, me and Mike were at an engine show once, and one of the engines I had, for some reason, wouldn't start on. So I told him, I said, well, yeah, it's probably the plug or something, or he told me it was the plug. Whatever it was. I said, all right, let's go buy one. Because at the shows, there's guys that sell them and stuff like that. So we found a guy that had them. And here's what he had. All right, they're in a box. They're Briggs and Stratton, J8. Official stock number, part number, everything. It's all Briggs and Stratton. So I said, all right, we'll take two of them. I don't know. You know, I probably paid extra for them because they're old new stock or whatever. So I bought two of them. And we went back to the tent, and I'm sitting there, and Mike usually works on the engines, you know, he takes care of whatever has to be done. And I hear him, he's laughing, and I said, geez, what the hell's going on? You know, and he's laughing so hard, and I go over and I said, what's so funny? And he didn't say a word. All he did was hand me the spark plug, and this is what it was. It was... they must have packed it in some kind of wax or carboline or something. And it was pretty much useless to us. But we got a kick out of that. To this day, I haven't taken that off of there. I don't know what that is. Like I said, I don't know if that's wax or carboline or what. And I guess if I stuck it and peeled most of it off and stuck it in gasoline or lacquerthin or something, it would probably come off. Or if it's wax, I don't know if you heat it up. Maybe one of you guys can tell me. I know a lot of guys that used to own shops watch this channel, so let me know how you get that stuff off, and let me know what it is. It even has a sticker in there that tells you, you know, it's has the part number and everything. Like I say, it feels kind of waxy, but yeah, we got a good laugh out of that. So, all right, let's get back to business here. All right. Yeah, I was going to put the decal or sticker on the housing here, and I went to see what I had, and we got a dilemma here. All I have is 3 of these. These are decals, water slide decals, and they're of the era. And by what I mean by that is the lettering is correct. So I got 3 of these, but these are all butchered and hacked up. You see how the red doesn't line up with the black and stuff. There's white. Well, there shouldn't be any white there. So like I say, these are water slides, and I had one sticker left. I'm not crazy about the stickers, but they look good. And this one has white around the edge. I'd have to trim that. But this is a later sticker for a later model. You can tell by the lettering. You know, it's just straight block lettering. And like I say, this is sort of like a script. where it has serifs and stuff. Here's what it should look like. Here's a survivor here. And you see the way the lettering is? I'm going to stand straight here. I don't know if you can notice how crooked that is. But that's what it was back then, you know. I mean, it was just put a sticker on, put a decal on, and send it off the line. You know, it was nothing fancy. I'm having a tough time getting decent looking decals. The last one I just put on was this one here, and this was pretty good. You know, that's the lettering style I want and everything, and that's you know, as a sticker. You know, I'm not crazy about stickers, but you know, that's what you can deal with now. So I think I might go with this block lettering, because this is embarrassing. You know, these things aren't cheap either. These were like $8 a piece when I bought them, and you know, that just looks like hell. You know, and the average Joe isn't going to know it. It's just going to look at the engine and see the big Briggs and Stratton. So I think I might go with this one and trim off that white, because that'll look like hell against that black. But it's a shame nobody makes a good looking sticker anymore. I keep looking, I can't find them. You know, and I don't feel like making my own. I've made my own water slide decals before, and you know, I'm not all that great with the computer and stuff. But anyway, alright, you know what? I'm gonna go in and trim this one up, and then we'll put it on the shroud, right? Well, it's only a little $5 junk engine, so we can't get too crazy about it, right? Alright, we'll see you when I get back. Alright, yeah, I cut that out, and it looks pretty decent. Yeah, you can put these on as tricks to doing this. Like I said, this is a sticker, it's not a slide on, but if you get yourself some soapy water, I use some Windex, ammonia free, and because it's soapy, that's all it is, soapy water. Some of you guys already seen this many times before, and you don't want to get your fingers on the back of this, so I use a little razor blade, and that helps peels it off. Now I got this thing upside down, and this is pretty much where I'm going to want. I'm going to have to turn this here so I can see it. And that's about where I want it, right there. And then you just work the water out. And if you should get an air bubble, that's no problem. Just get a pin, puncture it. Like I say, they didn't really take too much time and worry too much about these decals or decals at the time. But you see now, if you didn't have that on straight, you know, you could have wiggled that around a little bit and made it work. Let's see what it looks like. You guys still in frame? Yeah, I'm not crazy about the sticker, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, there you go. Where you go? Up here? Over here? There you go. It looks pretty good. Alright, what are we going to do next? Guess put the carburetor on and see if I can find a muffler for that thing too. Alright, came out pretty good. Like I say, I mean, it's not the right lettering for this year engine, but who's going to know, right? Just me and you. Alright, let's put the shroud on now. There we go. I got some stainless steel bolts here. Shroud got in my way. I don't think this has one of them screens that goes on here. I'll have to do a little research. Only because that's where the... No, that's on the other side. I don't know. I'll have to do a little research. If it does, we'll have to put a screen on here. We'll have to find a screen. Okay. That should work. Alright. You know what? While we're here, why don't we put the kill switch on and the shroud here. Let me see if I can find that. You know what? Son of a gun. I'm going to take this off. I'm not going to show you taking it off, putting it back on, but I forgot to put the governor on, Governor. Alright, I'll show you putting the governor on. Alright. Yes, gotta take these two screws out. I don't think that'll mess with our adjustment there because these two will hold us in place there. Yeah, I got a little ahead of myself. That's why sometimes it's good practice to look into your parts bucket there and see what you have left. Actually, I wouldn't have told me nothing. I had to look into the other bucket, the big bucket, and then I would have seen the governor. Alright, I checked this video, and I think it's closing in on 30 minutes or more. So I think we might put this on and call it good. My zip thumb right here. Zip. I don't get too crazy there. Okay. Yeah, the way this works, the carburetor's here. Carburetor goes up here. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't see that. Yeah, I guess you can. Carburetor's there, and then you get a linkage that goes from here to the throttle. And then when the wind from this goes faster, it moves the throttle up. Alright, here's the linkage that came with it, and it looks kind of funky. Got a funky little hook on it here, and I know that don't belong that way. So I found another linkage off an old engine here. Whoa, whoa, whoa! And it looks a little different. It's straight, so they're pretty close. I might have to make a new one or use this one or figure it out, but gotta figure it out. I think this might go on here like this, and then this might go into the carburetor, but I don't know. We'll have to check it out, and then we'll once we figured it out, we'll just continue on. So we still got quite a bit. Like I said, we got to put the carburetor on, the gas tank on, find a muffler for it, still put the kick on, put the back shroud on here, and put the kill switch, and then start it. So we still got one more video left, and then I think we can call it done. So since it's about 35 minutes now, what do you say we call it quits, huh? Alright, we'll see you in the next one.